Hey guys, welcome to the next update video for you, if you want to call it that, for Liverpool. Of course, now I'm kind of going to do. I should explain what I'm going to do very quickly before I do tell you. I'm basically going to be doing an update every end of season now, until I basically finish this save. So this is the end of what I believe will be season 3, season 2013 to 2014. And if you weren't listening to me there, you were reading the season review here. I have, as you may see, we did not win the league this time. We did quite well, I must say, it was quite lucky last time how we won the league last season. However, we could not win it this time, as you can see. Manchester City winning the league, and they were bloody good. I mean, I think the most staggering thing, I think I must point out really quick before we get on to anything else, how do you cope? And excluding Lionel Messi, how do you even just just understand 40 goals? That's not just overall. That's just in the league. 40 goals for Sergio Aguero in the league. That's even close to Dixie Dean right there. I mean, and he was a cheat. So no, he was seriously. Look him up. And yeah, that is ridiculous. So Man City won the league, but Villa got relegated, which was really surprising. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because they kept fucking changing the manager every couple of weeks. I'll show you that in a minute. Fulham and Burnley got relegated as well, which is really weird to show you. It's really funny. I've seen these on football manager forums where managers will be in charge for like a day and then they'll resign, and it's like what, But I'll show you real quick. How did we end up in the league then? Well, we finished second. Man City with the win in the end. It was 3 point gap in the end. It was a close run thing. I mean, look at that. I mean, 98 goals, 90 points. Really, really good. Really good pushing them in the end. There's quite a big gap between us, Man United and Arsenal. It's weird seeing Chelsea in fifth. Don't get that one. I suppose if you swap us and Chelsea, that would make sense. I suppose that's more of a realistic league. I suppose swap us and Chelsea, and then maybe swap Chelsea around with United. But if that makes any sense. But I mean, I think that's it's a bit weird. I mean, okay, we've got Leicester in this one. I think they survived quite handsomely actually in the end. For some reason, Aston Villa, I can't get my head around that. Wigan and Wolves and Blackburn, sorry, and West Brom again. West Brom, what's with West Brom? That is such a weird one, but let's go over the stats then also for the players. As you can see, there is proof that Sergio Aguero. Hang on. For some reason I can't click goals, as you'll know if you haven't seen. For some reason Sergio Aguero ballistic there with 40 goals. Wayne Rooney then, Cavani for Chelsea. He is insane on this. He's either going to Chelsea, United or Tottenham, and he is ridiculous, Edison Cavani. Luis Suarez again with 22 goals, very, very good return from him. Shane Long and Kevin Doyle both up there, which is really weird. Robert Snodgrass at Leeds, he's done quite well down there. He's joined 18th, double with Marouane Chamakh, of course he's the most overrated player, or certainly most overpowered, I should say, most overpowered player on the game. He is far. In fact, he's been overpowered for years on Football Manager, not just in this one. I mean, I remember him in like 2006. He was he was meant to be like the best player on the game, and at about 2012, 13. Look where he is now. And you may have seen the sign now. I'm going to pull you there now. I'm going to show you some signings. Now, this is from all the way last season. Now, I think I might have made a signing or two already. Now, we're in pre-season. I think that might give you also an idea of what's actually to come. Okay, transfers first, just to show you how we did. Go to the history. Please ignore Angel Di Maria. I've literally just signed him, so please ignore him. And also Zelly. Actually, I'll explain Ismail in a minute. But basically, the people got rid of first. Got rid of Jones, Donny, Maxi, Fabio Aurelio, Adebayor. As you know, he'd had. I think I mentioned in the last video. For Liverpool, he took a big hit. I can't remember it even. I think it was about a week or two ago now since I've last played this, and I can't remember why. But he took a big hissy fit on me for some reason. I can't remember why. Aquilani's finally out my hands, only 2.5 million, but whatever. I didn't care. His wages were ridiculous, so I just got rid of him. Stuart Downing on loan to Wolves. I can't. No one actually wants to buy Stuart Downing. He's really weird. And everyone just keeps loaning him. I think I've put him on loan to Leicester, I think, in the future. I think, I haven't. Leicester are interested in him. I think I'm going to put him into Leicester. That's why I'm jumping the gun there. Danny Pacheco is sold. Honda, we'll get to him in a minute. Okay, this is a really thing. Galachi's gone, and these two here. Now, people are brought in. Shinji Kagawa. Now, this guy who plays for Dortmund, they got him on free. His contract was up. He is a beast. Let me tell you now. I'll show you him real quick. He's a fantastic player. Last season, as you can see, 5 goals and 3 assists. That doesn't really do him justice here. Oh, sorry, no, that's looking at Dortmund. Sorry, I'm still on the last. I'm thinking it's the new season. 11 assists, 5 goals, free. That's amazing. I mean, 7 goals in overall. I mean, obviously we include the league and the cup and all that sort of stuff. But he was a beast. He was an absolute beast. Jamie Hay from Celtic, youngster. Ante Vukacic, decent player from Getafe, 6 million, and needed a young striker, needed to replace Emmanuel Adebayor. He wasn't necessarily his replacement. We'll get to that in a minute. But he gave a decent return. 5 goals, not amazing, 3 assists as well. But he only played 19 times. He went amazing. He's still quite young. He's only 23, and he's a good option to have. Vukacic, really good player. Sasha Levy, youngster from, I think he's a regen. Yes, he is. He's only 18 from. Where's he from? Toulouse. He's decent. I haven't actually. Well, I was going to say he's decent. He's got really good potential, but the problem is, as ever with many young foreign players, they do tend to really struggle to fit into the country. I think we had that issue. Oh God, remember the issue on FM11? If you watch way back in FM11, the defender, I forgot his name. I think he's the left back, the Frenchman. Oh God, he's a nightmare. I forgot his name, but he's a bloody nightmare. Edin Dzeko, I managed to get him. He struggled really at the start. I mean, 100 grand, he's ridiculous. But then again, that's what Adebayor. He was on way less, and I've got Edin Dzeko. In return, though, he came back with 8 goals and 6 assists. Not bad at all. He really did struggle at the start, though. But I mean, he really did well near the end. And for 7 million, Man City wants to get rid of him. I thought that's not bad at all. Kazuki Honda. Now, really interesting thing about him. You saw him going on loan before. Now, I've got this problem. Now, actually, I haven't got this problem. I'm sure many people have seen this problem. This is a problem that has. It's not really. It's not. It's a problem's a bit harsh on the thing, but it's okay. It's an incident. Let's call it an incident. You buy a player who's not European, like Honda. They need a work permit, as you all know. The work permit gets turned down. Yet, you still sign him. So he's in your squad. Now, this doesn't happen. They will accept that. They will let him in your squad. So he is a Liverpool player. But he hasn't got a work permit. So he's just sitting there. He can't play. He can't play at all. He can't play in non-competitive. He can't play in the league. He can't play in the cup. He can't play in Europe. So what you do with him? So I didn't know what to do for ages. I was really confused. So I just left him there for a bit. And for about 6 months till it was about January. And I went on to Google. I went into some FM forums. I was like, "Oh God, what do I do here?" Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, if it's a player, if basically you've got a player, he'll have WP next to his name in a red square. That's basically it. And it basically means he hasn't got a work permit, but he is still your player. So what you need to do, I found out. I think it was on FM Scout. This is what I did. You go to his name. It was 8 million as well, so I spent a fair chunk on him. You go to squad, you move him to an affiliate. Now, I obviously had either Accrington Stanley, or Genk. And I moved him to Genk. And what you then do, once he's moved, you basically offer him a new contract. And then he should be able to play. Then you recall him, and that should be it then, basically. And he was eventually able to play for me. But the problem was, he was a bit moody then, because he was like, "Well, why haven't you played me? I want to play football." And it was like, "Well, you've got no fucking work permit." And it was like, oh, it was a real nightmare, trying to get some of these players to understand, they didn't have a work permit. And there's no option in a private chat to say, "You didn't have a work permit, I can't fucking play you." So, it's a bit stupid. Pedro, from Barcelona. I managed to loan him again, as you'll know, if you watched the last episode. I loaned him from Barcelona. I can't buy him though. They want like 30 million for him, which is stupid. I mean, he's not worth 30 million. He's a really good player, but he's not worth 30 million. But he turned out to be a really good loan signing, as you will see in a moment. For 2 million and a loan for 6 months from January. Not bad. David Klitsch, or Klitsch, I don't know how you pronounce that. German, 18-year-old goalkeeper he's a regen, from Mönchengladbach. Not decent. He's one I'm trying to reign as what do you call it? His understudy, Rayner's understudy, because Pepe Reina's just ridiculous on this. He's one of the, if not the best goalkeeper. Actually, he's not the best, but I'd say he's certainly one of the best goalkeepers on the game. I'm trying to get him as his understudy. Youngster from Blackpool, youngster from Dundee. and Salman Rondon, very, very good player. Venezuelan from Man City. Obviously, they bought him, didn't want him anymore, and I bought him in January. And 14 appearances, 7 goals, 3 assists, 3 man of the matches. You can't go wrong with them. Slow start, but that was because slow start, right? For about the first month, I got a report on him and it said his best position was target man. So I'm playing him in a target man. I check, and he hasn't really scored. And I'm like, what's going on? Let me just check the thing here. Report, and then the reporter changed it to poacher, and I'm like, oh, why have you done that? So stupid. And so I ended up playing him as a poacher, and then once he was a poacher, he was fine, and I started scoring. I was like, oh, now you tell me. Oh, I was going mad. And finally, 2 players. That was right on deadline day as well. So, and 2 players I've just brought in. Di Maria I've literally just brought in this like summer. This was then we're in the new season summer. And Telly Ismail I'd bought in February. So, and he was due to come in, a youngster from Wolves. He's got good potential. I don't know if he's real or not. I think he's real if you're judging by the fact that he hasn't got that. He's got a fairly good player. Has potential to play similar level as Pedro. So I brought him in. Not bad from Wolves. 3 million. Probably paid a little bit too much for him, but whatever. I had a good budget. And I'd raised 10 million. Not to mention I'd got rid of Downing and Aquilani, whose wages were just inflated to shit. So that's that. Now, so we didn't win the league. Did we win anything else then? Let's go over some fixtures now. I'm hoping to God this doesn't go to start. Okay, so we'll start then. Community Shield. How did we get on? And I can't click on the God's sake. It's the problem with having a small database. We won on penalties, and it won't let me show the damn thing. I can't actually see. You can hear me clicking on it. Hang on. You can see. Can't view the match report. Okay, well, player ratings. Now, can't say anything. Basically, we won on penalties. And then we had a pretty easy start to the league. I mean, this game, I've never felt more relaxed playing Football Manager watching this. I've never seen a 1-1 side of the team. We destroyed Swansea in this game. I thought, league's going to be a breeze this year. And then we lost 2-1 to Newcastle next game. And we went in the lead, and I thought, yep, this league's ours, easy. And we fucked that one up. And then, went into Champions League. We were seeded second, which would never happen in reality because Liverpool have one of the best coefficient rankings. Even though they're not in Europe this season, they still would retain a very good coefficient ranking. So, to top, they would be a top seed. If they got back into the Champions League, no, actually, yeah, they probably would. Because of the coefficient ranking. The coefficient rankings aren't on this game, so that's why we were seeded second. So we ended up in a fucking group with Real Madrid. So we were Real Madrid. We drew 1-1 in the Bernabeu. Really good performance, actually. Can I click on that? Nope. So, yeah, that was not bad. I'll show you a few other people. I don't want to click on anything. Don't want to ruin anything. And basically, we matched Southampton quite funnily in League Cup. 3-1, won there. Fortunately, we used a terrible display at Old Trafford. Awful, a bit like the other day, really. Don't even talk about that. Next opposition in the... actually, no, 2 oppositions. I just can't believe I glanced over them. Were Maccabi Haifa and Benfica. Battered Maccabi Haifa, drew with Benfica. We then played Manchester United in the League Cup at Old Trafford and won 2-0. I think they played the weaker team. I played the full strength team. I was like, I'm not having this bullshit. We're getting revenge. As you can see, I can't click on it. Oh, hang on, we can click on some of them now. There we go. So we played Arsenal then at Anfield, beat them 2-0, which is fairly standard, really. Can I click on that? Yes. I don't get it. Suarez and Fabio with the goals. I see Suarez with 22 goals. He went sick. Again, I lost at Goodison Park. I can't seem to beat Everton at Goodison Park. Drew with Benfica twice, as you can see, so not bad. So I haven't lost at this point. Battered Sunderland 6-1. This was a bit of a 10 real. I mean, Lee Griffith scored, but Suarez went sick. This is when I brought Danny Wilson in. Now, I don't know if I'm using... I'm probably guilty of using the corner glitch. I didn't even know what the corner glitch was. I've just heard everyone say it. But what I was told, after finishing this, I literally was on, the last game. And I just sort of went, oh, might as well just what the corner glitch is. And I think I unknowingly used it. So I don't even know if I did, but Wilson basically bagged himself a shit ton of goals. But to be fair, I did have them on heading individual training, attacking set pieces training, and all sorts of shit. So it probably was that, but I may have corner glitched, but I didn't know it was. Again, drew with Real Madrid at Anfield. So really, really good game. Danny Wilson again from a corner. Ronaldo, he went sick in that game. So yeah, and then we fortunately lost in the League Cup quarter-final, so no League Cup for us. Nathan Redmond, what he went sick. Oh my God, he destroyed us. Um, it was 3-0 at the one point. I was thinking, what the? I mean, look at the formation. I mean, it's not as if I played, um, I played Sasha Levy and Christopher Peterson, who's a young Swede. Any Swedes watching, you may know of him with real potential at Liverpool. He's not great on this one, but I played Levy, I played Sterling. Sterling have really poured into the first team. He's not done too badly at all. So unfortunately, we're not going to win the League Cup either. But we beat Haifa 3-0, and that put us in a position then. Jacko getting 2 goals. This is when I had bought him in at this point. Um, and we even beat City 1-0, which was really good. Vukovic with the goal at Anfield. And we kept going on and on and on. Actually, yeah, I should point out, actually, yeah, I just realised that was the last Champions League game. What happened? So now, actually, no, I'll show you that. I'll show you that at the end. Actually, I will spoil something if I do it. Went into the FA Cup, beat Gillingham 3-0 very handsomely. Let's see the result there. Quartes and Shelby and Lee Bromby own goal. Burnley, once again, Burnley. Every fucking season we play Burnley. 3-1. Drew with Man U. We play them a million times a season. 0-0 at Anfield this time. Lost to Chelsea though. At Stamford Bridge. It was actually Cole took a fucking penalty. I was like, what? Why is Cole taking a fucking penalty? It was really weird. And then Valencia, they signed Antonio Valencia, scored it right on half time. They've got some really fucking good players. Fellaini, another really overpowered player. I mean, he's good Fellaini, don't get me wrong, but I think even for Marouane Fellaini, he's pretty overpowered. They've got Cavani. Valencia's really good on this. They've also got Isla, who's a pretty decent midfielder. Then who else do we have? We have Brighton. Quite ironical, actually, just as we do in real life. Brighton in the FA Cup. Now, I may actually be uploading this on the day we play Brighton. I don't know, since I'm recording this about a week behind you guys. But we drew 2-2. It's going to be a bit more in depth than usual, I realise now. Rondon got us in the lead, but then Hutchinson picked us back, and they were really going for it. They really went for it, and then the goalkeeper, they had a shot, they had Gherkin as the goalkeeper, went in off his back, unfortunately, and then it was 2-1, I was like, yep, going through. Craig Noon pops up in the fucking 90th minute and sends it to a replay. Go mad. Ashley Barnes also missed the penalty. Really funny, actually. I played Klitsch, this was the first, this was the first game I played him, and I thought, FA Cup, really good chance for him to show off. And he saved the penalty, which was really good, so it put me confidence really back in him. Unfortunately, we went to a replay, but then we played Porto in the Champions League. Now it's 3-0. We beat them 3-0 at Anfield. I couldn't believe it. Christian Eriksen, Danny Wilson, Vukovic. Christian Eriksen's amazing on this. And all that. So it was really good. Lost to Arsenal, unfortunately, at the Emirates. Again, we lost quite a lot of big games. I think that was the reason why. It was 1-1 at half time, and then, yeah, who really fucked us up here? Oh God, Enrique, Jesus Christ, Jose Enrique, one of the lowest ratings I'd ever seen. It was this game, I remember, his rating was 3.3. That's horrendous. So he was awful. We then went ahead and beat Brighton, good comeback. Rondon, 2 goals, really, took it to him. And then, drew against West Ham. Now, as you can see, they pulled it back. It was 4-3. Porto, they battered us. Now, Football Manager has this. I want to moan about this. Forgive me for moaning, but whatever. This is what it's about. This has happened to me numerous times. This is not the first time. I think I may have even recorded it when I did the Let's Play with Liverpool on FM11. This happens tons of times to me. If you play someone at home first, you had a massive advantage, 3-4-0. They were, and this was the case. They were going to peg you back. And it very nearly happened. Thankfully, Edin Dzeko scored. We got battered this game. And they play like a hell, and we somehow just scraped through there. We then play Man United again at Old Trafford. It was 2-2. Rondon popping up in the last minute with a 91st minute goal. I can't believe they are that Turan for Man United, random player. It looks like he scored the win after Carragher scored an own goal. I've never heard that one before. But thankfully we did beat Everton 1-0. We're taking that one back. Vukovic in the last 20 minutes with the goal. Scott Dan getting sent off. Everton have got a really good team actually. And then it went from the ridiculous to just complete mayhem. We 3-0 against Porto. We beat Bayern Munich 7-0. I do not know how the fuck we did this. I think it was just one of those days. where everything just went in. You know, and you just had one of those games. I mean, this was probably my full strength team at this point. This was probably my best team, with Dzeko, Suarez, Kagawa, Honda, Gerrard, Pedro, Cahill, Aga. Great team. They had a great team as well. Gomez, Ribery, Schweinsteiger, Kroos, Muller, Badstuber, Lahm. Great players. We beat them fucking 7-0. I don't know how that happened. It was just one of those days, I suppose. Um, and then we beat Sunderland 1-0. Then return leg, it thought, no way, you are not pegging me back this time. And unfortunately, and thankfully, we held out for that one. We lost. It was 8-4 on aggregate. Enrique popping up in the last minute to just settle the nerves. So we got through to the semis of the Champions League. We're still in the FA Cup. So this is going on at this point. We then played Man U, Anfield 0-0 and 0-0, and we won on penalties. So we're through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Everyone scoring. Gerrard, Suarez, Enrique, Honda scoring. Hernandez missing a penalty, which is odd, and Fabio also missing. Very inconsistent Fabio there. We then played City in the semi-finals. Mad game this one. Edin Dzeko with the winner. A typical Edin Dzeko scoring the winner against City. Musa Sissoko is ridiculous for City on this season. Amazing. We then played Lyon at Anfield in the first leg of the semi-final. Edin Dzeko once again. 3 sends off. The ref went card crazy. I mean, look at he booked. I think 1, 2. In fact, yeah, just how many cards. He just pulled out a shitload of cards for them. We really took it to them this game. We just could not finish. Suarez really had an off day that day. I think if he was on form, we could have won 3 or 4-0. It just could have been bad actually. Good job he only won 1, but the ref went ballistic. So we're into the FA Cup final. We're on pole for Champions League final, and indeed we got there. But in the middle of that, we beat Fulham 6-0. Dzeko, Rondon really got into his form at the back end of the season, and we held out. Great scrappy game. Reina. Brilliant performance from Pepe Reina in this one. He was amazing. I mean, we really probably should have scored in this one, to be truthful, but we only had 2 shots on target. We wasted a lot of chance. Reina, incredible performance from him. Suarez was banned, of course. And then we won the FA Cup finally for the first time. I mean, I think this is like the 9th or 10th. In fact, I'm going to count all my saves that I've talked about on Football Manager. I think this is like at the 12th attempt, I think, where I've actually been in the FA Cup. I finally won it in one of these fucking games, and with Liverpool it was Suarez and Dzeko. Again, a lot of cards in these. I think the rest are a little bit too like you with the cards. And yeah, we were still pushing the league at this point, but just too many draws in the end. We did draw with City again at which was an improvement actually. Honda with the goal. Again, Reina with a really good performance. He just went mad for us. And yeah, just too many draws in the end. And then we did win the Champions League again. I've done it again, winning the Champions League. This was a game and a half. Sergio Aguero went mental. He was brilliant in this game, scoring 2 absolute screamers. It was just pegging us back. We scored, Aguero scored, Suarez scored again, then Aguero scored again, and then Pedro popping up. I'll show you the winning goal here. Pedro popping up in the 64th minute. The on loan signing from Barcelona popping up with the winner in the Champions League final in Amsterdam, all places, for an all English final. Imagine that, an all English final in Amsterdam. That'd be fantastic. And this here, I'm going to show you this just so it doesn't glitch. Gerrard's got injured in like the 20th minute, but what a ball from Danny Wilson. What an improvement he's done. And there's Pedro, just slides it on the Joe Hart. And he got us the winner. The on-loan signing from Barcelona. And yeah, that was it. And unfortunately, City did go ahead and win the league. So there you go, the Champions Cup final. Holds Liverpool. And I don't think I'm able to show you now, because for some reason it's already counting the... Why are we... Oh, they're already penned in, apparently. Oh, okay. I think because the Champions League is actually already started. Yeah, the Champions League has actually already started. But I can show you the group stages. We were Group H. Look how close this was. Real Madrid. I mean, to be honest, we could have... If Benfica beat Real Madrid were at Bernabeu. We could have been... If they had beaten Benfica, we could have been the first team ever to have got... Actually, I don't think that's probably ever. I think teams have probably done it before, but... We could have been knocked out into the Europa League without losing a game. You know what I mean? We never lost. And we still could have been demoted. It was stupid. So, yeah. let's go over the season review. And so it was the English season review. They won the Premier League. And Aguero went fucking sick. um, and yeah, so that's basically that is full the recap. That is the full recap. Here we are. Pedro is about to go back to Barcelona. I'm going to try and buy him. But I think his price tag's fucking ridiculous. I can't afford that. I'm going to try and get rid of a few other players as well. I think Cout's contract running. I'm going to get rid of him. He's just 85 grand. He's 33. I'm not using him. I can't afford that anymore. Gerrard have actually reduced his wages by quite a lot. Carragher's probably going to go as well. I mean, I'm not using him anymore. There's no point in him being here. I mean, look, I don't use him. I've got younger players here to introduce. So, yeah, I'm going to try. I think Carroll and Downing are still here, actually. I'm not too sure. Have I sold Downing? I think I'm certainly in talks with him. Yeah, he's still on loan. Yeah, he's on loan. See, I mean, 80 grand. I'm not even using him. He's terrible. He's a shit player. I'm sorry. He's a shit player. And I'll admit I'm real. Well, no. I'm not going to get into the Downing debate. You can if you want, but fucking... I'm not going to respond to it because I'm sick of talking about Stuart Downing. He's a form player. He needs to have form. He will do well once in form, but now he is terrible. Let's hope he can do something against Brighton, eh? So yeah, that's that, and I'm going to hopefully try and sign some more players. After winning the Champions League, not that my budget is ridiculous. It's actually that's going to go up. I think that will hopefully go up because of the what they called expectations should change things. So yeah, that's that. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will do it all again for the 4th season. And hopefully I'll try and sign some more players and hopefully get that league back. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed all these Liverpool videos, and I will do it again at some point soon. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.